This project is called the Clan Landscape, and it's basically because it's Turtle Clan with a beautiful landscape in the background. The first thing we're going to need to do is to grab the picture of your animal that you're going to want to use. So we're going to go to Google Drive. If you can't pull up the screen here, double tap your home button and it should bring you to the screen where you can see your Google Drive icon. So we're going to tap there. And what will come up will be your folders, and it will say Clan Animals. Go ahead and tap there, or this may show up. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and choose an animal. Now, for these here, I don't suggest these. These might be a little bit more difficult, but I do suggest that you can use some of the other animals that you see here. I am going to use the turtle, and I'm going to hold my finger down on the picture and then click OK for it to go to the camera roll. Then I can go back to my Procreate app, make sure I'm in the gallery, click the plus sign, and we're going to go all the way down to square 2. Once we're there, I like to shrink my page a little bit so that I can see the outside. It's just a habit, but you don't have to do that. Tap the wrench, and we're going to go to, tap the wrench, and we're going to go to Add, and we're going to insert a photo. Grab your turtle picture, and it's going to be small, or whatever picture you chose will probably be small. So you're going to tap outside of that blue dot in the corner there, and you're just going to drag and drag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition the turtle because I want the turtle to be as big as I can get it. And then kind of move him in the center. Once you have your animal positioned, tap the arrow here to deselect. Then we're going to come to the layers, and on this layer here, this is our picture layer, we're going to tap on the N, and we're going to lower the opacity. And I'm going to go down to probably about 30% is good. Then I'm going to come back up and I'm going to add a layer here. I'm going to choose black, and my brush is going to be calligraphy and monoline brush. The size of my brush is going to be probably about 35%. You can size yours whatever size you're comfortable with. Speaking of turtles, there's a little turtle right there. All right, so now I'm going to turn the canvas in a way that's comfortable for me to draw. And I'm going to start tracing. And anytime you pick up your pencil, you want to make sure to rejoin it so that those lines are closed. Now, this is the wonderful thing I love about Procreate. Let me put that back. Three fingers taps will bring back or redo what you did. 2-finger tap, undo, it is undo. As you can see there, and 3 fingers is redo. Okay. Oops, I'm on the eraser. I need to go back to my pencil here and join it up. And I'm not getting it exactly perfect. That, you know, that's the point. You don't have to, because you don't want it to be an exact replica of what someone has already designed. I'll make his tail a little bit longer. And then join, make sure it's joined right there. Oops. my picture and turn it back around. And now I'm going to take that black and color drop it to the canvas. So once I've done that, I do not need this picture anymore, so I can turn it off by clicking here on the square, or I can swipe to the left and delete it. Not until my project's completely finished do I get rid of it. Sometimes I just leave it there. So just unclicking it will make sure that when you go to print it, it will not show up when you print it. So we're going to add a layer. First, no, we're going to change the color here. So I'm going to go to a dark blue. So I'm going to move my circle there and then come down to a dark blue. And I'm going to go ahead and drop that color here. The next step is I'm going to add a layer and I'm going to turn on clipping mask. Now on this layer, I am going to lighten up the blue that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to start off like right here by his finger. I'm going to do a wavy line. I'm going to go all the way around and then reconnect to that little finger. Oops, don't want to hold it too long because it will straighten the line. Okay, so now that I have that finished, I'm also going to turn on Alphing Lock on this particular layer. So I'm going to swipe to the right, or you can tap it and turn on Alpha Lock. I'm going to lighten up my color here, just a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to change my brush. I'm going to go down. I'm still in calligraphy. I'm going to go down to soft brush. And I'm going to make it probably about 10%. And then come here and in a swirling motion, and I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm very lightly swirling on here. And then I'm going to go back one more time. And it's just to give it a light effect. Okay, and while I'm here, I'm going to go up to the magic wand, go down to Gaussian blur, and I'm going to blur these two colors together, just kind of blur them a little bit to make it look more graduated in the coloring. All right, so the next step is I am going to come down here to layer to my dark turtle, and I'm going to add a layer so that clipping mask is turned on. I'm going to color pick the dark layer. Okay, and then I'm going to go to brushes. And there's going to be an art brush package called Art Flow. So look for that, Art with Flow. And you're going to go down and you're going to choose the Pine Tree Broad. Now over here, you can see the different sizes of the tree that you can make it. I'm going to start with about probably 15%. And then you just tap. Oops. Let me get on, I forgot this has to be on top. So the way we take care of this is we're going to hold our finger down and we're going to move it above that layer there. So now you can see that it's showing up. And then just by arranging, like I'm going down here and tapping, so you can see just way off in the background a little tree. And then you can make it a little larger. So we're basically making a very nice landscape. And you can play around with it. Remember, there we go. You can do two-finger undo if you don't like something. So now you can see this beautiful landscape going on with the hazy sky in the back leading up to a darker sky. Awesome. Now we're going to come up here and we are going to add a layer at the very top. And for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we are going to go back to calligraphy. monoline brush. And we're going to choose white, and I like to choose the white right off of this background here. And we're going to draw a moon. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to hold my stylus in place, tap with my finger, lift up from my stylus, and then lift up my finger, and then drag the color there. Now I want the moon to have a little bit of a glow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe to the left, duplicate, go to the one underneath here, and then I'm going to go up to the magic wand, do Gaussian blur, and then drag across until I see a little bit of a glow coming from the moon. I'm not sure if you can tell from this video if you can see it or not. Okay, and I'm going to come back here to the moon layer here, and I'm going to go back to my pencil. I'm going to go to luminance. I'm going to go to light pen, and I'm going to go in and make random stars just by tapping the screen. And the harder you push down, the bigger the star, the lighter you touch it, the smaller the star. And you want to do light, medium, well, you know, small, medium, and large stars. And if you want to add a flare, you can do that as well. So you would come here and choose a flare. And I'm going to do a small flare and put a couple of those in there. Now we're almost finished. We have one more step to go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open up our layers, and we're going to go down here to this layer here, and we're going to duplicate it. We're going to go to the bottom one, and what we're going to do is we're going to color pick that color, but we're going to make it a little darker. And then we're going to come here and we're going to turn on alpha lock. So tap it, turn on alpha lock, or 2-finger swipe, and then we're going to fill that layer. We're going to go to the arrow, and then we're going to touch outside of the box and drag down to create a dark shadow. And then we're going to go to that layer and click on the N. We're going to lower the opacity of that layer. I'm going to say maybe 30%, and then choose multiply, and that will create a nice little shadow on your project here. And this completes this assignment. So make sure to save it. So go to the wrench, go to share. We want to save it as PNG. Oh, while I'm saying that, when you want just to have the turtle show up on the print, so say for instance you wanted to change the color of the background, well right now if we save it with the white background, it's going to be on there. So what you do is you turn it off. You come down here to the background color and you turn it off, and now you can use this as a logo. You can put it somewhere. You can put it on top of any background. So let's do that. And we're going to go to the wrench, share, save as a JPEG. And then you want to make sure to go to Google Drive, My Drive, go to your folder, okay? Choose your folder, save here, and then you're going to click the word upload.